The emancipated women laughed at by Roman poets of the imperial period were unthinkable in early Rome, which was known for its harsh mores and rigid laws. Roman women were officially considered the weaker sex in need of male tutelage. Unmarried ladies were taken care of by their fathers, older relatives, or, in their absence, by a guardian appointed by the praetor. Ancient Roman women, by law, had no right to dispose of their own or their family property without a man's consent. But as early as the late Republic, the famous orator Cicero complained about wives hiring skillful lawyers who found various ways to circumvent this law. The problem arose from the fact that Roman aristocrats could go off to war or on state affairs to distant provinces and not be seen in the capital for years. If a husband did not leave his wife a power of attorney, she could not spend money even on the bare necessities of life in his absence. Women were disadvantaged in literally everything. They had no right to adopt anyone, even as widows. Here it should be noted that a widow who did not remarry acquired full rights over inherited property, but only if there were no male heirs in the family. A man could buy a slave, give her a free hand, and marry her. But women of the upper classes were forbidden to marry former slaves. Ancient Roman women also had no right to serve in the army, to take part in popular assemblies, to vote for laws, to elect, and to be elected. In contrast to the property rights that they were gradually gaining, already Emperor Octavian gave full property rights to wives who had 3 or more children. Ancient Roman women did not receive political rights. This, however, did not prevent the most active of them from participating in politics through their husbands. For example, according to Titus Livy, his mother-in-law Sulpicia was actively assisting the then consul in investigating the Bacchus cult scandal. Still, Roman law provided women with a certain amount of protection. In imperial times, young women gained the right to choose their own guardians. Marriage contracts became widespread, securing women's rights to property acquired within the family. Divorce became common. Seneca wrote of matrons who divorced 10 or more times. Women, through proxies, could bring legal action, including against their relatives, something that would have been unthinkable in the earlier centuries of Roman history. Even in politics, considered completely closed to women, they had certain opportunities. Already at the end of the 3rd century BC, the general indignation of Roman ladies forced the Senate to cancel the law of Oppius, adopted after severe defeats in the early period of the Second Punic War, and directed against excessive luxury, too expensive female attire, jewelry, etc., so the senators sought to keep this law even after the war. But the harsh protests of the female section of Roman society prevented them from realizing this dream. In imperial times, there was even a public organization of aristocratic ladies, called Ordo Matronorum. Unfortunately, no information about its activities has been preserved. What do you think about this? Did Roman men do the right thing for their women? Was it caring or patriarchal tyranny?